Hello, all, very warm welcome. Today we are looking at a LeetCode question 1 of week 2 of January 2021, and question is check if two string arrays are equivalent or not. We are given two input strings, which is word 1 and word 2, and we have to return true if the two arrays represent the same string and false otherwise. The string is represented by an array, and if the array elements are concatenated in order to form the string. So what we have to do is we are given two string arrays of different strings. We have to concatenate those strings in a given array, and once the concatenation is complete in both the strings, then we need to see whether both the strings are equal or not, right? So if we look at the example, then we have word 1 and word 2, which contains, say, two elements each. One contains ab comma c, other contains a comma bc, but then if we combine both of them, it becomes abc here in word 2 and abc here in word 1. So this seems like a very simple question, wherein we just need to iterate through each and every array and just combine everything into one string, and then we need to compare both the strings in word 1 and word 2, right? Now, how will we approach this problem? We can approach this problem using first let's go through the brute force mechanism, wherein what we'll do is we'll create those mutable string builders strings, which is going to store the concatenated values of each and every element in a given array. Now, why we are talking about a mutable object is because, say, if we talk about string, right? String is an immutable object. So what does that mean, right? So if I have a string, say string name is, say, ABC, right? So what it does, right? It it goes to stack and stores a reference in heap with a value ABC. This is what we'll do internally in the memory, right? Now the moment we'll do, say, name plus equal to ABC, which is again a way to concatenate the string, right? Now this will become ABC once this is complete. But now what will happen here, right? Now this name stack, right, will store a different reference in heap with value ABC. Now what happened here, right? This reference which was there for the same name is no longer applicable. Now it is left over for the garbage collector to come and collect it. Now it depends upon which platform we are using and how the garbage collector works. Otherwise, this is an exhausted memory, which should not be created in the first place, because we are anyways doing a concatenation and we know this value will change, right? And considering we are looking at a string array which can be of a longer length, this will create n minus 1 redundant memory uh, information, which will be having no reference at all, right? So to mitigate that, right, we have in C# for that matter a string builder. So string builder is a mutable object. So what it does is, whenever I do something like this string builder, say str, right, says b. So if we do dot append, right, which it has a function. So here if we do abc, right, so what we'll do is it will not change the reference to that heap. That reference remains the same. So and will not create those unnecessary will not those block those unnecessary memory as such. So let's create one for, say, string a. Let's create another for the second array, right, string b, right? Now, as I said, right, it's a very brute force mechanism. So what we'll do is we'll iterate through each and every element in word 1, and what we'll do is we'll do string a dot append, which is an inbuilt function for string builder, append str. Similarly, what we'll do is we'll do the similar thing for the second array, right? And we'll do strb dot append str, same concept, and we'll return if str a dot to string dot equals strb dot to string. Done. So after this loop is complete, I'll have string a, string b, which will be having the appended values, and it will once we convert it to string, and then from string builder to string, when we try to see whether they are equal or not, right? Let's run it. It is true. Let's submit it. It got accepted. Nice. So this was one approach. Now second approach is using inbuilt functions which is there in string class itself, right? So if and what functions I'm talking about? I'm talking about string.join, right? Now what it does is, sorry, what it does is it creates a it internally kind of joins the strings in a given array with whatever parameter you pass. So it expects two parameters. Now what are these parameters? The first parameter is the, we can say, identifier on which we have to kind of append the strings. It can be comma, it can be plus, it can be hyphen, it can be semicolon, etc. And the second is the array. So it is something like string dot join comma word one. If I take the example below, what we'll do is, because I added comma as a as an identifier, what we'll do is a comma bc. That's how it will append it. If I would have done semicolon, this would have changed to semicolon. Now we don't need anything like this. So what we'll do is we'll use this. So because we are not doing anything, it will just append without any space in between. And what we'll do is we'll just return directly. So what we'll do is we'll return string dot join word one dot, and if we see now this will join word one into one string, and we'll see whether that will be equal to string dot join word 2. That's it. So we are using inbuilt function for string. Nice, it returned true. Now it got accepted. So both the approaches works fine. It's just that in this in the first approach, which was the using string builder, we are using an extra class to store the values, which is an extra space, which we can definitely avoid, and we can go with the second round approach, right? Thank you guys, this is it. I hope you liked the explanation. Please share your feedback, and let us know